So next question is, what are the most significant challenges you face in transforming workplace culture and leadership?
Okay, so we kind of touched on the being open part, right? Like,
Hmm.
these kind of go hand in hand.
Hmm.
It's that they say that they're open because are actually having the conversation, right? They're having the conversation of potentially having someone to come in to do workshop and everything. So they're like, well, I am open because we're talking to you. um, we're gonna like have you come and do this, right? But then I think that that's one side of it. But then I think the biggest challenge is actually implementing what may come out of it. So like I'm imagining now like one of the play shops that we did, and um it was so I could tell it was eye opening, mind opening, heart opening just for this team. And it was a small team. And at the same time, like it was a sense of comfort amongst them that, oh, after doing this assessment and seeing just where people lied on what their play style was, what their leadership play style was, and then how much congruency or incongruency in their daily tasks there was compared to it. Now, and then you got to open up to have the conversation. Now, it did take the director to also present this. I'm open to hearing. So that was cool. And then it was like, all right, well, as I'm facilitating, if you know this about yourself now through the lens of this play style predominates for you, and you still are have to do social media, which way could you do social media? Like, and then it was this conversation, just allowing the person who was to do it to actually say, well, this is how I prefer to do it because this is, versus what the director thought needed the way that it needed to happen. But that's the thing, is the implementation part. So it's like, okay, we're having this conversation, but after that,
Hmm.
after that day, after those few hours together, is it really implemented? Has the director and anyone else also like just continued to be open to allow that way to happen and then to test it? Like it's all an experiment, right? So it's like, did that really work? And if it did, wonderful. Let's keep going. Let's refine it, right? And then just keep it moving. So I think that is like the challenge is definitely being open to have someone to have the conversation to come in. But then it's even more of a challenge, I think, to actually implement it, because it does meet what you described earlier of the like, this is the way we've been doing it,
Yeah.
But yeah, like, so I would say that those two kind of go hand in hand, but I definitely say the implementation part.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's the 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration thing, but also just action speaks louder than words. These are not, new ideas. It's been talked about in Buddhism and philosophy and other things, but it's true. It's like it takes, you know, if they're doing it just to make an appearance, to say, see how progressive we are. We had somebody come in and do a
Let's just talk
workshop,
about that.
and then
Yeah.
we ignored everything and we didn't implement anything, especially literally, you could say, are they also open to implementation or execution of what they pulled from this work? Right. And
Hmm.
if they're not, it is just a gesture. It's just like, it's for, it's a PR
It's
move
a
rather than a,
performative.
yeah.
Yeah.